A world-connected understanding international relations. Our world is a complex place. Many actors interact on the global stage. These include countries, organizations, and even individuals. International relations is the study of these interactions. It helps us understand why countries act the way they do. It reveals the forces that shape our world. Imagine a giant chessboard. Each square represents a country or a region. The pieces on the board are the different actors. They all have their own goals and strategies. International relations helps us understand the rules of the game. These rules are not always clear-cut. They are constantly evolving. New players emerge and old ones change their tactics. International relations help us make sense of this ever-changing landscape. By studying history, we can learn from past successes and failures. We can then apply these lessons to the present and future. Understanding international relations is crucial for navigating the complexities of our interconnected world. Ancient bonds. Early diplomacy in action. Diplomacy is as old as civilization itself. Ancient civilizations understood the importance of communication and negotiation. They used envoys to maintain relationships and prevent conflict. In ancient Mesopotamia, city-states exchanged ambassadors. These envoys carried messages and negotiated treaties. They helped maintain a balance of power and prevented large-scale wars. Ancient Egypt also engaged in sophisticated diplomacy. Pharaohs sent emissaries to neighboring kingdoms. They sought alliances, trade agreements, and peace. These early diplomatic practices were crucial for the survival and prosperity of ancient civilizations. They established precedents for communication, negotiation, and conflict resolution. The lessons learned from these early interactions continue to shape international relations today. From Westphalia to World Wars shaping the modern world. The 17th century marked a turning point in international relations. The Peace of Westphalia in 1648 ended the 30 Years' War. It established the concept of state sovereignty. This meant that each state had the right to govern its own affairs without interference. The rise of nationalism in the 19th century further shaped the international system. Nations sought to assert their identities and interests. This led to increased competition and rivalry. It also set the stage for the two world wars. The First World War from 1914 to 1918 was a global conflict of unprecedented scale. It resulted in millions of casualties and widespread devastation. The war led to the creation of the League of Nations. This organization aimed to prevent future wars through collective security. However, the League of Nations failed to prevent World War II from 1939 to 1945. This even more destructive conflict showed the limitations of the existing international order. The atrocities of the war, including the Holocaust, highlighted the urgent need for a more effective system of global governance. Section 4. Architects of Peace and Conflict, Key Figures in Diplomacy. Throughout history, individuals have played pivotal roles in shaping international relations. Some have been architects of peace, while others have been catalysts for conflict. Their decisions and actions have had profound consequences for the world. Woodrow Wilson, the 28th President of the United States, was a key figure in promoting international cooperation. He championed the creation of the League of Nations after World War I. His 14 points, a blueprint for peace, emphasized diplomacy, open agreements, and a reduction in armaments. Henry Kissinger, the former United States Secretary of State, was a master strategist and a key figure in Cold War diplomacy. He played a significant role in easing tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. His policy of détente led to arms control agreements and a thawing of relations. These individuals, along with countless others, have left an indelible mark on the field of international relations. Their actions demonstrate the power of diplomacy, negotiation, and leadership in shaping the course of history. Section 5. Treaties and Organizations. Building a framework for cooperation. Treaties and international organizations are essential tools of international relations. They provide a framework for cooperation, manage conflict, and promote global stability. The United Nations, founded in 1945, is the most prominent international organization. It aims to maintain international peace and security, develop friendly relations among nations, and promote social progress and human rights. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, is a military alliance formed in 1949. It was created to counter the threat of Soviet expansionism during the Cold War. NATO members agree to mutual defense in the event of an attack on any member state. These organizations, along with countless others, provide a forum for dialogue, negotiation, and cooperation. They help address global challenges such as climate change, poverty, and pandemics. They also work to promote peace, security, and human rights worldwide. Section 6. A Legacy of Interdependence: How Global Diplomacy Shapes Our World. International relations have a profound impact on our daily lives. From the products we buy to the information we consume, we are all connected to the global community. Globalization has led to an unprecedented level of interdependence among nations. Trade, finance, and technology connect people and economies across borders. This interconnectedness creates both opportunities and challenges. International cooperation is essential for addressing global issues such as climate change, terrorism, and pandemics. No single nation can solve these problems alone. It requires collaborative efforts from multiple actors on the world stage. Global governance mechanisms such as the United Nations and the World Trade Organization play a crucial role in managing these complex issues. They provide a platform for dialogue, negotiation, and cooperation among nations. Section 7. The past informs the present. International relations in the 21st century. The 21st century presents new challenges and opportunities for international relations. The rise of new powers, the proliferation of technology, and the threat of climate change are reshaping the global landscape. Understanding the history of international relations is crucial for navigating this complex and ever-changing world. By studying the past, we can learn from the successes and failures of previous generations. The lessons of history can guide us in developing effective strategies for addressing contemporary challenges. They can help us build a more peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable future for all. As we move forward, it is essential to remember that international relations are not merely an academic pursuit. They are the very fabric of our interconnected world, shaping the lives of billions of people. By understanding the forces that drive global politics, we can all play a role in creating a more just and equitable world.